These people are very rare. They have always been there and always will be. They live on different continents and pray to different gods. But they all have abilities that are beyond explanation. Their words are prophetic. Their undertakings sometimes contradict the laws of physics. Our project is about them, the mysterious chosen ones, the people of knowledge.
Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, the endless beaches and the impeccable azure waters of the Caribbean Sea, and the impassable jungles host the world-famous relics of the legendary Mayan civilization. 500 years ago, its temples were destroyed by the ferocious Spanish invaders. A great culture destroyed along with its bearers, including scientists, astronomers, priests, and clairvoyants. Conquistadors imposed Catholicism on Indians using fire and swords. As a result, there was no place left for the old Mayan priests in the new Christian world. However, you still can find the representatives of the ancient mystical craft here. Shamans are healers and clairvoyants, the only survivors of the ancient civilization in our era of Christian missionary work, revolutions, war, and economic recession. Yucatan is probably one of the most mystical places in Mexico. It is no coincidence that the term "a man of knowledge" was coined by Carlos Castaneda. In his books, A Hichol Yaqui, Don Juan teaches Carlos various mystical and magical techniques. In their turn, Hichols received their knowledge from the Mayans here in Yucatan. It is believed that this place retained the ancient traditional cultures relating to rituals and mystical practices. Giovanna Santos, Yovi, as her friends call her, is 19 years old. Her life is like a script from a Mexican soap opera. She comes from a family of means, lives in Mérida, the capital of Yucatan State, studies at a prestigious university, and has a beautiful singing voice. She considered singing as a career, but in Mexico, it is not considered an appropriate occupation for a girl. However, the outward appearance of well-being turns out to be misleading, as often happens in a soap opera. The girl has suffered from insomnia for many nights. Even when she manages to fall asleep, she wakes up tired, exhausted from nightmares. As a result of insomnia and visions of future misfortune, Yovi has lost her peace of mind and energy, but that's only part of what's going on. 2 weeks ago, she lost her singing voice, which the entire family is so proud of. Yovi grew tearful and whimsical. Her parents paid a fortune for her to visit a psychoanalyst. However, he could only prescribe some tranquilizers. Don't cry, please. You have to calm down. The tears are just falling. I can't stop them. I don't have any energy left anymore. You should have gone to a shaman a while back. This is Yovi's nanny, Bertha. She is a Mayan Indian. She has lived in this house for many years since she was brought here from a village to help with household chores and take care of the child. She knows that the village shaman will be able to help the girl. The elder generation have often turned to the shamanistic healer for help. Every Mexican knows that when facing a challenging situation, they should consult the people of knowledge. Finding the right telephone number is also not a problem. After talking to the shaman on the phone, Yovi knows what she needs to take along with her as an offering. So I need to take beans and rice. Will you help me get it? And sugar. Yes, sure. Don't rush around like that. The girl does not often cook. Even the nanny, who's always calm, feels anxious. Yovi remembers that the shaman asked her to bring the traditional Mayan garment. It is a light garment similar to the one that the nanny wears, perfect for the tropical heat. Even the most fashion-conscious Mexican women wear this colorful embroidered tunic instead of glamorous outfits. Yovi appears to have left her huipo at her friend's place.
Bueno,
Hello, can you hear me?
¿estás por ahí?
I need my huipo urgently.
Lo que es mi pil,
Yes, please.
por favor. Sí, ¿puedes
Could you
venir,
bring
por
it to
favor, a la
me?
casa?
I need
Es
it
que
right
lo necesito
now.
ahora. Así es.
Yes, I'm at
Estoy aquí en
home.
la casa, ¿sí?
Great.
Muy bien.
I'll wait
Aquí te
for you.
espero.
Thank you.
Gracias. Falta azúcar.
There's not enough sugar. We ran out of sugar.
No hay azúcar.
No sugar at home. No. Maria Fernanda, Yovi's friend, soon arrives with the huipo. She's very curious about what's going on.
Hola, Yovi, aquí está.
Yovi, what's happened? Why do you need this all of a sudden? Is it clean? Yes, I had it washed.
No, pues lo que
Great.
pasa es que necesito
The
ir a-
thing is, I need to go to a shaman. Aren't you afraid?
¿Te da miedo?
No.
No, pero...
Well, a little
bueno,
bit,
un poco
but I have to go in any event.
tenemos que-
Do you want me to come with
ir a
you?
verlo. ¿Puedo acompañarte? Claro que sí, vamos.
Sure. I would prefer not to go alone.
No me gustaría ir sola, la verdad. Sí.
I understand. In this country, even the ancestors of the Spanish, the respectable Catholics, believe that you have to make arrangements with the spirits and the gods of the Mayans in secret so that the Holy Fathers do not know about it. Yovi's father, FREDDY Santos, went to see a shaman during the economic recession in Mexico. Señor Santos does not broadcast his opinion, but he's convinced that his luck in business is due to the man of knowledge.
Yo pienso que la mejor opción es ir en el coche.
And are you going to go alone?
No, pues me va a acompañar.
No, Mayfair will come with me.
Estás a 25 kilómetros de la ciudad de Ticul.
The city of Ticul, where the wizard lives, is located a couple of hours away from Mérida. However, Freddy instructs his daughter on how to get there, assured that his instructions are way better than those of a heartless navigator.
Please drive carefully. And tell your friend Mafer not to distract you. Behave yourself.
Eventually, Yovi and Mafer leave home. In Yucatan, where the weather is hot throughout the year, people start their day very early. And at 8 in the morning, life in the city is in full swing. They still need to buy sugar to take to the shaman. Only then will they start their journey to Ticul. In each district, each village of Yucatan, you can still find a person of knowledge, who solves all the problems of its citizens. There are love, breakup, and other spells, different treatment procedures. In short, everything that one needs in everyday life can be done by a wizard. Those wizards are called hymen or shamans or huao. The latter is the highest rank of a wizard. Their names are passed by word of mouth, but everyone knows who to get to when necessary. Everyone in this little town knows where Don EPHRAIM lives. He is a local celebrity. Not only the citizens of Tikul come to visit him, he even has visitors from the US. People believe that he can cure the body and the soul and can even change one's destiny. Many people come to visit him. They come from various places, even those working for the government. The daughter of the shaman, Olga, has been helping her father around the house since his wife died. Here is his so-called reception. It also serves as a workshop. Don EPHRAIM is 85 years old. Yet he cannot imagine his life without work. Have you brought all he's asked for? Yes, it's all here. Please put the bag here. Thank you. Come on in, he's expecting you. Thank you.
Please tell me about your condition in more detail so that I can help you.
I feel stressed. I can't fall asleep and have nightmares all the time. Having learned about Yovi's insomnia, the shaman is trying to determine if there's a physical reason for it. He asks her questions about her physical health, about the doctor's recommendation, and the medication that was prescribed. The girl's answers upset EPHRAIM. He is most indignant about the high-potency tranquilizers.
First of all, stop taking the sleeping pills. First, reduce the dose. Take half a tablet a day instead of a whole tablet. Then stop taking the medication completely. In 10 days, maybe you've had an argument with someone? Is there someone you're not talking to? Something that's disturbing you?
In order to help the girl, the shaman decides to perform a mystic ritual, popular in Yucatan. Instead of clairvoyance, they use a clairvoyant dream technique here. The shaman's eyes are closed. He's in a state of controlled sleep. Now, he simultaneously exists in two worlds. The wizard is talking to the guest, but his soul is communicating with the spirits of the ancestors, who he clearly sees. The spirits informed him that the woman wastes too much time with petty things. That's why her soul is polluted by the daily commotion. That's why the supporting spirits, the kind Mayan spirits of the earth, abandoned her. Don EPHRAIM determines that a ceremony of purification is needed. However, to start with, he will need to appease the ancient gods. The shaman is adamant here. Nobody except the woman is capable of doing this. Yovi will have to visit the dwellings of the gods and give them offerings. That's what the beans, rice, and sugar, and the national costume is for. There is another important condition. The equinox is approaching, which means that some gods will pass on their power to others. And the woman has to finish her mission before the day is longer than the night. She has 2 days to do so, and she also needs to address the supreme forces now. This address is in the form of a Christian prayer.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Place your arms on your knees.
Don EPHRAIM never imagined that he would become a healer. During the 50s of the last century, he was an ordinary young man and worked hard like millions of other Mexicans do.
One day, a stranger arrived from Bacal. He was the son of a priest. It was when there was a revolution in Mexico. He had run away from his hometown and was hiding in Ticul, in the house of Gustavo Novello. This person in hiding was a healer, spiritualist, and the son of a priest.
Don EPHRAIM had just gotten married then. His first son was born during that time. To provide for his family, he was prepared to do any work. But following some inner calling, he used every free minute to talk to the wise man.
I was a milkman at the time. I walked around with milk containers selling milk. He always bought milk from me. He liked to talk to me about my upbringing.
Gradually, Don EPHRAIM started learning from his teacher. He learned to control his dreams and how to free his mind in order to communicate with other worlds. Staying awake while asleep is a type of trance. In order to enter that state of mind, a person chosen by the spirits does not need to practice meditation or consume any intoxicating substances used in other cultures. People in the Yucatan believe that a genuine person of knowledge lives in two worlds and easily moves from one to another, the way we pass a bag from one hand to another. And that supreme knowledge is accessible to them.
For instance, I was able to recognize all the plants. My teacher showed them to me, and I felt that I already knew the healing power of each. Before his death, he passed all his knowledge and power to me, completely.
At the same time, the healer revealed his ability to read the thoughts of other people when asleep. And because of this, he can find a way to assist anyone. When he was young, he abused this ability, he says.
My wife was never jealous of me. I never struggled to find a dance partner. I could ask the most beautiful girl for a dance and she would never say no to me. However, now I feel grateful to God that I've always been respectful and many people still come to see me.
There are more people around Don EPHRAIM than visible to human eyes. He talks to his deceased friends as if they are present right here and now. The souls of the deceased stay close to him. However, the young visitor who forgot about the key things in life, absorbed by everyday commotion, will have to go to the places of power, where the spirits dwell. Only there can she ask them to help her. Her offerings will be blessed by the shaman.
I am passing this to you. These are the fruits of the earth. For thousands of years, this offering was used to cure the sick and to make the land fertile.
The first place of offering specified by the shaman is located about 200 kilometers away north of Ticul. Other places are also quite distant and located according to the primary directions. There is not a minute to waste. The girl only has 48 hours left before the day equals night. It's always been important to the Mayans to maintain a connection with the ancestors in the other world. This way, they felt protected from evil, misfortune, and ill health. The Mayans believed that after death, one's soul went to an underground world, and that the world can only be entered through a cave. A trip to the spirits of the Yucatan cave, the stone flowers in Mayan language, is a true challenge for Yovi. Primarily because she is not at all used to strenuous physical exercise. Hiking without a mobile network and good restaurants in the vicinity is not really popular among rich Mexicans. This cave has served as a dwelling for people since 9000 BC. 700 years ago, the Mayans worshipped those caves as if they were sacred. You know, Mayfer, I'm a little bit afraid of what's ahead. Me too. Why don't you just leave all the things you've got somewhere here? Let's do that.
Listo.
Done? The girls quickly leave the dark cave. Its nearly tangible silence is capable of changing anyone's state of mind. And the Mayans believe that in a cave, serving as a portal to the world of the dead, one's soul starts replenishing. These are the sacred cenotes of the Mayans. There are hundreds of these types of sinkholes in Yucatan. Many of them are hidden in the jungles. The Mayans have always considered them to be dwellings of the spirits. They performed sacrificial rituals here, including human sacrifices, which took place on very special occasions. It was believed that entering a cenote, primeval underground waters of the universe, one was immediately in the dwelling of the heavenly ancestors. Please, pass my offering. You already asked me. More rice, please. Here you go. The girls are very tired, yet here they feel a sudden burst of energy. This water boasts a unique, invigorating quality, taking away tiredness and releasing tension. Yovi still needs a lot of energy to visit the other places of power. She has to take an offering to one more place today. And the sun traveling across the sky indicates to the girls that they don't have time to rest.
Let's sing to the glory of the angels.
The service takes place in the Cathedral of Ichel Holy Mother, located in the old Franciscan monastery. It was built on the ruins of the Mayan pyramids, under the auspices of a young monk, Diego de Landa, in the 16th century. He introduced Christianity to the indigenous population of the Yucatan, but he studied and attempted to retain the culture of the Mayans as much as possible. He was the first to write about the people of knowledge living here. In the spiritual world, they competed with the missionaries, and the Franciscan monk observed that the healers and mystics are all the same. And they all used herbs and superstitions in their healing practices. The battle for the souls of the Indians ended in a draw. Both ancient deities and Christian saints have coexisted peacefully until now. The sculptures of the apostles are decorated and glorified on holy days. Locals will gladly bring them a handful of rice and beans, and even a chocolate, the same way they do for the spirits. In the mind of the Mayans, these supreme forces are equal. Ichel, Godmother, the patron of the Yucatan, is worshipped in a nation-specific way, too. That's why the original of the statue, which Friar Diego de Lando brought here, is kept in a little chapel. The image of the Virgin Mary is considered to be miraculous, and before starting on the way, again, Giovanna, who was brought up in the Catholic tradition, prays to the Virgin Mary to help her. Once upon a time, there was a large Mayan city here. There remained preserved an ancient temple opposite the monastery standing on the place of a destroyed pyramid. To regain inner peace and her voice, Yovi will have to bring offerings to the spirits living at the top of the temple. Either the spirits have started to lend their support to Yovi, or the Virgin Mary is helping her. For the girls are climbing to the top of the 34-meter temple with ease despite the burning sun.
Voy a tirar mi ofrenda.
All right, it's time for an offering now.
¿Otra vez?
It's a third one. Yes.
¿Me pasas el pin, por
Please
favor?
pass me the hoopoe.
¿Para qué lo necesitas?
Are you gonna change here?
¿Es que el Ishmens?
No, the shaman said that I should bring it and leave it here.
Para que lo deje.
When the wind takes it away, I will finally be able to sleep. The nightmares will fly away with it.
Y así poder soñar bien y no tener pesadillas.
That's it. The equinox is approaching, and Yovi has to see the sunrise in a place where the night surrenders to the increasing day. The ancient astronomical complex of the Cucalan was built based on the calculations of an ancient Mayan scientists and priests. And each edifice, each aperture here, are based on the position of the stars, the sun, and the moon. The timing of the rituals is not coincidental either, because the spring equinox has always been a very important time for all quests, spiritual or otherwise, because the day becomes longer than the night. It's like a passage into a different space. It's not busy for most of the year. However, today a lot of people gather in Cucalan. Mostly tourists looking for sudden epiphanies and enlightenment. Alas, the clouds do not allow people to see what they have been expecting to see the most, the way the apertures light up in the rays of the rising sun. The ancient Mayans would most likely have perceived it as a bad omen. Yovi feels the same way about it. The Mayan wizards hold their ceremonies here too. It is true that those who come here on specific days are more interested in finding new clients rather than communicating with the gods. However, they do also help those who are in real need for free.
What is your name?
Giovanna.
We are appealing to the Great Father and the Great Mother for them to open a Via Blanco, white path for you, Giovanna.
This short ritual consoles Yovi. The wizard also told her where she should go to see another phenomenon of the sun, which only happens once a year. But they have to hurry again, as the crowd is getting so large that the police won't let any more cars in to avoid overcrowding. This is essentially a question of faith. If a person believes that it will help him, then it will. And when he's given instructions and he follows them, then he is internally tuned to resolve the problem. This unique event, which the wizard that the girls met mentioned, is known all around the world. It is the famous descent of a plumed serpent off the Pyramid of the Sun in Chichen Itza. Quetzalcoatl never fails those who come to see him. The important thing is to find the right place in a multi-thousand crowd to be able to see him. Giovanna has lost her friend and now doesn't know where to find her. The mobile providers are not coping with the number of calls and posts in the social networks. The girl is elbowed from side to side and even sworn at. However, she still looks more confident and lively than she did yesterday. It looks so beautiful when he descends. It is very interesting. I surely would like to see it again. I'm very tired, but I have to continue. Having traveled all this way, but isn't it great? I'm able to continue because I simply have to. I am tired, but I will be able to finish everything. Before going back to Don EPHRAIM, Yovi has to visit one more place. After the descent to the cave, going up to the pyramid and visiting the equinox event, the deserted ocean coast fills the girls with peace and tranquility. Ancient Mayans believed that the ocean is alive. The last offering of Yovi is to the ocean and to the sun, the father of all living beings. With its last rays, the girl magically recovers her lost voice.
Tengo miedo de buscarte y de encontrarte, donde me aseguran mis amigos que te vas. Hay momentos en que quisiera mejor rajarme y arrancarme y a los clavos de mi penar.
When Yovi comes to the shaman in the morning, it turns out that the ceremony of purification will be held in a different location. This is the village house of Don EPHRAIM. He grows palm trees here and sells their leaves. Orange and lemon trees also earn him some income.
I have a hectare of land, 100 by 100. This is how I live, working here and there. I never say no to work.
You cannot refer to this house as an expensive home. However, the shaman is completely satisfied with it. The more so that it's one of his 11 homes which he built for his 13 children. Don EPHRAIM performs as a priest in his own church under an open sky. He just misses the servants. And he makes himself the ritual drink made from corn kernels, pasol. These are traditional drinks which have always been made. This is white water, which is given to people afterwards. It is similar to communion. In olden times, cocoa and cornbread were used for communion. Nowadays, the ritual is modified because they don't remember the ancient traditions.
Where's the patient? You can sit down here.
The shaman starts the ceremony calling upon all deities and spirits, which he addressed in his mystical dream 3 days ago, asking them about the cause of the girl's condition.
So, señores, I will perform a sacred service to worship the Chak gods. O God, crowned on a cross by the crown of thorns, great Father and sacred Spirit, Amen. O sacred sky, sacred sun, sacred earth, O God Jaguar who gave us the sun today for us to enjoy. O Saint Archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael protecting us. O Chak, gods of bread, I am summoning you to come down here to us.
This is a formal completion of the healing process. Since the shaman asked the gods to help Giovanna, he has to report to them that the girl has made her offerings.
Look at this girl, God. Look at this girl, the ancestors of her mother and father. She brought her offerings to the sacred places in the 4 primary directions, in the south, north, west, and east. Please protect her soul and body from all evil and anxiety.
The shaman addresses the deities with those words many times before giving a communion of the sacred pasol to those present.
Take this. First have a sip, then wash your hands and face. Supreme patrons and ancestors, angels and archangels, celebrating a renewal today. Please bless her.
The ritual drink does not particularly appeal to the girl, and only her father, who arrived to lend her moral support, persuades his beloved Yovi to take one more sip.
Taste mine.
I have.
Taste it.
The shaman carefully monitors that everyone present drinks the pasol. The ritual is a private affair, a mysterious play, and everyone watching it has to participate in it by sipping the drink of the gods.
Great God, please be merciful to all who came here today. Let us all share the peace you bestowed on us. We trust in you. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with us.
The ceremony, which in such quaint way brings together various cultures and deities, may seem almost blasphemous to people of the old world. However, here in the Yucatan, such a melting pot is quite natural. The Mayans rarely address ancient deities alone. In fact, they know little about those deities due to the 500 years of Christianity. There is not much trust placed in the official church. That's why those who are called upon to help people have worked out their own language for communicating with the supreme forces, which is understood and accepted by all. Most of the Mayan wizards act in this way. They position themselves as the Mayan priests. Take a Catholic practice. Catholic ritual, for instance, Catholic liturgy, and expand it, fill it in with Mayan characters and content. They're not doing anything wrong. Either way, it's a ritual, whether Catholic or otherwise, and it's all about entering a different space, a different state of mind, and leaving that space renewed. The ritual is over, and Don EPHRAIM gives his final instruction to Yovi.
Don't create problems for yourself. Are they saying some bad things about you? What does it matter to you? You are such and such. Don't take it personally. Believe in yourself. All will be well.
The afternoon Mexican sun shines brightly. It is time for a siesta, but Don EPHRAIM is not in a hurry to bid his guests farewell. He knows that there is one more event to complete in order to finalize the girl's treatment.
Are you tired?
I am very sleepy. I feel so relieved. I was so hot during the prayer. I'm all wet now. And I felt very anxious too, but now everything will change, and my nightmares will recede, and I will finally have a good night's sleep. It is not easy to understand what exactly helped the girl to fall asleep. Long and tiring trips chasing the sun? Or the opportunity to challenge herself and break away from her regular patterns? Or was it the ancient deities and Catholic saints who Don EPHRAIM summoned? The Shamans are helping those who are unwell and directing the weak onto the path of spiritual growth and strengthening. The way that they have been doing for thousands of years in Mexico. Passing the gift of vision from generation to generation. Those people keep an eye on their people. They are healers and clairvoyants, the Yucatan people of knowledge.